Intro start.
I know, right?
Oh, I'm gonna put it on the starting screen though. I didn't have it on the starting screen. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Everything should be fine and dandy.
How does my lighting look? Is that...
It's good.
Should I put more lights on?
Oh, sweet.
Kinda
I
getting...
think I fixed the Twitch problem. I think I fixed it.
Oh, sweet.
But we are live to
I'll
Twitch
be
for
right-
now, at least.
I'll be right back, because I know it's going to get darker.
Okay.
My really nice old headset broke on me, Mike. It's dead.
Rip.
Yep.
Rip-a-rooney.
Yeah. So now I gotta use the stepson's headset. I will not. I will not disparage companies on the stream.
Why not?
It's perfectly adequate. Well, it's a Turtle Beach. I'm not a big fan. But
That's what I use for my
Turtle
console.
Beach.
Is it?
I love it, Turtle Beach.
Yeah.
It's been a great headset for me, so you must be wrong.
I must be.
This one is called... Bolt? I don't know. It was on sale on Amazon. But it's wireless, so... that's what I prefer.
We should also hopefully be streaming to YouTube Shorts. If everything's working. I don't know if it's happening. I don't know how to check. Oh, I'll pull it up on my phone. I'll check something real quick.
Check the Utah YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, you can stream live to Shorts now.
Interesting.
Oh, I forgot to put in Discord or our group text, but I do have a game review that I'd like to talk about
Excellent.
this week. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been playing a couple games that I can talk about too.
Sweet.
I think last episode we didn't really talk about video games at all. We were just talking shows.
Pixler in the chat. Okay, what should we start with?
Should we try to just do like go category to category, like talk about shows, then talk about games, or
Yes.
Vice
Yeah.
versa?
Works for
Because
me.
I'm all caught up on everything. I'm caught up
we
on
should probably start by talking about the season 2 finale of Rings of Power, don't you think? Matt, you're gonna have to do the spoilers.
I guess.
And I'm gonna show some images too.
Okay, well.
Did you see the thread on the Discord?
No, I did not want to look at it because I didn't want spoilers, but that's okay.
Okay, well let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
Welcome everybody, Gaming Mike here along with AC Gamer and actor Matt. Hello fellas.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello,
It's time
everyone.
for Jolt. It's time for Jolt where we talk about video game news, theoretically, and movie news, and entertainment news, and tell you what actors died recently and stuff. Stuff like that. It's a show we're doing. Thanks for joining us. Bixler's in the house already. Thanks for joining us, Bixler, in the chat. We are streaming to all channels. Feel free to join in the chat wherever you are and chat along with us. And there's also a Discord. Check the link in the description for access to the Discord. You can join us in there anytime. It's here on screen. Yes, hello, welcome. We got a lot to talk about today. We've got the Rings of Power season finale we need to discuss. We have Agatha All Along going on. We've got, I want to talk about Joker Folie à Deux, even though I haven't seen it. And the Penguin, also the Penguin. Lots of stuff. And the video game news. We got Halo Studios. We got Xbox Cloud Gaming going on. We got Steam telling you what you're buying finally. All kinds of stuff. Oh, look, Jedi Power Battles announcement trailer. Excellent. All kinds of things. So, gentlemen, where should we start? Should it be Rings of Power Season 2 finale? How about yes?
We could talk about it briefly, and Matt, if you just like want to like take off your headphones, we could do that.
Yeah, Matt, if you don't want the spoilers, because Matt has been catching up. Matt's in the end of season 1?
Yeah, you know what? I'm one of those guys that I had plenty of time to catch up and be caught up. So if I get spoilers now, I get spoilers. But
yeah, this finale was
I'll still watch it.
over a week ago now, I think. Over a week. It happened since our last episode, and it's been just over a week since that. Hey, we didn't wait a month this time. We didn't wait a month. So that's great.
We're trying to be more consistent.
Say what?
We're trying to be more consistent.
Yes. We're doing very okay at that too. All right, where to start? AC Gamer, what did you think of this finale? How did you like it, or how did you dislike it, and what were your thoughts about it? And did you gasp out loud when this was happening? Wait, this was happening.
Well, yeah, definitely like the penultimate episode. The episode before was, that's the big battle. It was a lot more action packed, but this one is like kind of like tying everything up. I think like they ultimately sort of it could be like a series conclusion if they wanted it to be, but they still left plenty of threads to keep on going, which I think they will be, because they said like this season has been doing like insane numbers for Amazon.
Yeah, I've been hearing it's been doing very well.
But yes, it is kind of like it's just like inching closer to where we are in basically like the prelude of Fellowship of the Ring, the huge battle at Mount Doom.
Yeah.
Sauron's revealed himself. He's caught.
Yeah.
They said this guy that we thought was this other guy. Yeah, he's Sauron. Anatar.
Finally figured it out. Anatar. Love it when they say the R's in Elvish.
But yeah, I mean the big strokes of the episode. Celebrimbor bites the big one, unfortunately.
Rip.
Oh,
Celebrimbor.
Yeah, sorry, man. But hey, you played fine. Shadow of War. You knew he was dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was just a funny
Yeah. He was great. He was so good this season. Oh my goodness. This man deserves awards for this performance. That's so saith me.
He was really good. He deserves an Emmy for best supporting actor or best actor.
He was fantastic.
Okay, don't they do Emmys for the Amazon shows and stuff?
I think they're plenty eligible. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, he should definitely be up there. What else? The whole plan to use Morgoth's crown to kill Sauron fails.
Yeah.
They have
oh man, friggin' Adar. How about Adar? Also killed. Killed at the end in the most poetically, wonderfully beautiful way. We see him here in his brief moment after he put on Galadriel's ring, and it healed his face up a little bit, and he appeared normal elven for a scene, which was I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked seeing him like that, and I liked how he didn't say his name. She asked him what his name was, and he's like, I don't know. I earned the name Adar long ago, though, so that's what I am. And he gives her back the ring, and he turns back into Adar, and then then they slay him just like they. It was a nice full circle to the beginning scene of the season, where we saw, spoiler for Matt, a flashback of Sauron dying previously, not like in a previous incarnation of himself. And then Adar gets killed in the exact same way, surrounded by those orcs, and they just lay into him.
Yeah, because basically,
it was powerful.
It was kind of like I think Sauron's plan from the beginning to turn the orcs against Adar.
Yeah,
just like they did, just like he did to him.
Yeah. It was very poetic. It was such dark justice for the bad guy. Like, the bad guy really pulled that one off perfectly. So long, Adar. Whoever you were, whatever. And it makes me wonder what his elven name was. Who is he? Tell me. But I don't know.
Oh, well, no, it's kind of unknown, but Adar is he's the father of the orcs. He was one of the first orcs that was, mutilated by Morgoth.
Oh,
or
yeah.
one of the first elves. I mean, to be an orc.
Yeah. But what was his elven name, though? What was his actual elven identity? Who was he back then before all that? That's what I want to know now. I want an add-on flashback episode.
I don't think there's an answer to that in actual Tolkien lore. But
yeah, is he?
His name was James Taylor.
Was he a new character for the show, or is he from some of the writings? You know, AC.
I have to consult
he
the
might
wiki.
have been a new character, but I'm not sure.
I think
Some of them were. They made some new characters for this, but I'm not sure.
I think he is a new character, but he was kind of like representative, just like he is like the first orc, basically.
Yeah, yeah. We got Mike Young and Nimrod in the house with us. Hey, boys, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, what else?
Plenty.
This is something that I thought they wouldn't do, but they name drop Gandalf.
Yeah,
He's
they
Gandalf.
named him. They named him. And how did you feel about it?
Fine, I thought.
I was a little underwhelmed, and I found myself slightly disappointed when they actually named him. I was like, okay. Like I thought they were leaning towards it so heavily the whole time, but then when it finally was him, I was a little bit like, okay.
Yeah, I mean and I think they also have like enough wiggle room to say like, oh wait, he's not actually Gandalf, but maybe this is like.
But he's got the staff now.
Yeah, he's got the same staff. I don't know what's going on. Like they pull a lot from the Peter Jackson movies when I thought they weren't supposed to, because also the other huge thing is Elendil. He gets the damn sword.
Yeah,
he gets the sword that we see in the
moment.
Peter Jackson movies.
Oh, I don't have a photo of Elendil, but here's his son. Yeah, he did pull out the sword. The sword that gets reforged for Aragorn later on, that chops the finger off of Sauron eventually. We're going to see that.
I used to have that sword when I was in high school, hanging on my bedroom wall.
That's great.
And then I traded it for the Hanzo Hatashi sword from Kill Bill.
Hell yeah.
and then I ended up selling that because I was a poor college kid and needed money.
Yeah. Happens.
That happens.
How about this guy? Look at this smug son of a bitch. Don't you just want to punch him in his dumb face? He's such an asshole in this show. The actor's very good at it, but man, his character just makes me hate him. It's such a Weasley snot. Well portrayed, but man, I hate this character. He's from Numenor. He's on Farazan's side. Is he related to Farazan? El Farazan? What's his name?
Yeah, Alfarzan. I don't remember. He's just kind of just like I don't know.
He's this little.
He's like,
I don't know. Yeah,
just like
a little goon.
He's just like a little weasel man. Mikey
saw a headline that said the ring making took 400 years. Yeah, in the written works, Celebrimbor's working on that stuff for hundreds of years, right? In Eregion.
Yeah, they do a lot of like time jumping in the show. I think that they don't really portray enough because the Numenorians are also like long life. You know, they have long life, so you know you don't really see them age. But like, I think like collectively over the 2 seasons, like hundreds of years have passed.
This guy right here, Arondir, he's our king of time jumping and also magical healing. Because remember at the end of episode 7 in season 2 when he got stabbed the hell up? And then in episode 8, he was just fine and dandy, no explanation. Dandy.
He's like he's definitely
shows do that.
He's definitely like the Legolas of the show. He's like pretty much like amazing at everything he does.
Yeah, and shows up when it's most convenient with no explanation of how he got there. Just, here I am. I was just watching you and I killed these guys that were about to get you. You want to fight together? Okay, sweet battle scene. I like his fight choreography, don't get me wrong, but he's a very convenient character.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the Legolas. Like, you know, when Legolas is able to like take down a whole Oliphant and squadron of orcs
and surf down the trunk as it crumbles to the ground. Yeah, he's there. He's got BLE, right? Big Legolas energy.
Those are wood elves for you, baby.
Yeah. But I do like it when he's fighting. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's good at it. Shooting them arrows. Giving those looks. Being so stoic. He's a Vulcan is what he is. He's an action Vulcan.
An action Vulcan.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Does he have kung fu grip?
But yeah.
How about this opening scene? How about the opening scene of this episode? Dwarf.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh my god, it was dwarfalicious. Matt, big spoilers on this, but we watched Durin the Third shove his son back, give him the ring, and then go leaping at this Balrog like a king rock star super badass of the mountain for all time. In what I thought was perhaps the most beautiful shot of TV this year. And he just like takes his mighty swing at this thing, and that's the last we're going to see of him, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Womp,
But that opening, this was the opening scene of the episode, though, the final episode, and it was just delicious to watch. Just delicious. Oh, I was... I cheered audibly, alone to myself at my TV.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of the opening scene of the Two Towers when, Gandalf, drops down the chasm to pursue the Balrog and fights them while they're falling.
Without having that scope. And there was like the whip to the ankle. We saw the Balrog whip this guy's ankle and pull him down a little bit. It was a total throwback to that scene, that Gandalf scene.
Nice.
And it was they did, I think, as good as they could to make it as epic as possible for being just the quick, 3-minute opening scene before the credits. It was impressive. It was impressive, and it was delicious, and it's like, it's not like they could have used the Balrog a whole lot more without it losing its sort of effectiveness as a shadow demon, So I thought, to have that be as much as they show the Balrog this whole season, even though they've been talking about it for 2 seasons, it was like, all right, I think it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely can't overuse the Balrog. But yeah, no, and it was also kind of like a nice little closing arc between Durin and his dad, because they've been butting heads all season. Oh,
heartbreaking, that look on his face. These dwarf actors also, I think so many of these characters are being so well played this season. It's phenomenal.
I did like the younger Durin. Like, I thought he was great with his interactions in season 1 with Elrond, and I really liked that.
So good.
Yeah, I liked the rock smashing contest.
Yeah. Mikey wants to be a Balrog when he grows up. Hey, me too, man. Me too. Absolutely.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Let's see. We had Elrond. We saw them. Eregion fell in this episode. Elrond and what is this guy's name? Gil-galad? I forget.
Gil-galad.
Yes.
He's the High King.
The High King. I don't know. They made a good go of it. But they didn't get their backup from Durin because he was distracted by his dad and the Balrog. But the dwarf showed up, I guess, in time to help them escape Eregion after it falls. Right? And they get the hell out of there and they end up off in old Rivendell, right? That's where they're at in that last scene, I believe.
I think that's the other place where Gil-galad's kingdom is.
That wasn't Rivendell?
Or was it Rivendell?
Oh man, that's what I was thinking. That was the impression I got, but I might just have been.
Oh, maybe they are alluding to that then.
Wishful thinking. But it was.
But yeah,
no. The they stand up on the ledge, and then that elf starts just screaming at him, and then all the elves scream at him, it seemed very un-elven to me in that moment, actually, where all the elves just stand and raise their swords and give a cheer. It was like it seemed a lot more human than elven.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's the thing with the rings. It's like it just created so much conflict. Gil-galad, so he's the High King. I don't know, like kind of spoiler for like the whole franchise. That big battle on Mount Doom, Gil-galad's there. He dies there, and so Elrond inherits his ring.
Yeah. Okay.
Eventually. I don't know if they'll do that within the show, like if he'll give it to Elrond or if Elrond got it there at the battle, but he gets the ring. Galadriel has her ring, and then the other guy, the shipfarer guy, I can't pronounce his name. He gives his ring to Gandalf eventually.
Oh wow!
And so those are where the rings end up, and so I thought that was kind of apt that they called the stranger Grand Elf, because he is kind of elvish in a way.
Grand Elf. Instead of it's Gandalf, right? Traditionally, his name, and it was like means wand elf, I believe, if I remember what I looked up right. But
something like that.
Yeah,
they
this
kind of
changed it to Grand Elf, and then to Gandalf is what. By the end of it, he's just like, okay, Gandalf. But that's not really what they were calling him. But that's his name now, and he's got the staff. So sure enough. But I saw in interviews with the creators of this show that they didn't really have the plan to make him Gandalf in season 1, and then for season 2 decided it. And it's like, I just wonder why they went that way instead of doing any other wizardly things with him.
I think it's because they weren't sure if they were allowed to do it.
Maybe.
But maybe they got their blessing from the estate
That could
of
be.
Tolkien to be like, okay, he's Gandalf, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the other evil wizard guy, he's nobody apparently. I guess he's just.
Doesn't that make him Saruman? They were calling each other old friend and talking like, they were talking like Gandalf and Saruman to each other. Oh wait, are you talking about the Dark Wizard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still seems like very, like, odd that they would like, because in Lord of the Rings, like at the beginning, like they're friends, like they're actually like Saruman is still like his superior.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, in the Hobbit, he rescues Gandalf.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's like they'll do something to like clear the air about that, or to be like, oh no, he was actually one of the blue wizards or something, or it's possible that he was just like a human that, because there are there's never really a whole lot of media about it, but they do talk about like some humans have been able to harness magic, like you would think like a traditional wizard. They're not like part of the Valar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. That's one of those threads that I hope they do in season 3. If they do, if there's a season 3.
It sounds like they're planning on it, as far as I've seen online.
Yeah, that's what I've read. It's like they like this season like even exceeded like the first season.
Yeah.
As far as like viewers, so I'm sure they'll eventually get to it. It's just like these shows take forever to make,
Yeah.
Especially when they don't know that they're going to able to do another, because if they did know, then they'd probably already have started filming it by now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's going to be like a couple years.
Yeah, we're gonna be waiting. Also, what was Arondir doing just hanging out with the elvish royalty up on that ledge? Does he really belong up there? He's some elven warrior scrub, isn't he? He doesn't belong standing with these elf gods, practically elf gods.
But he's still an elf, and they respect him for for showing up
conveniently.
But yeah, there is like animosity between like the high elves and the wood elves.
Yeah,
like in the lore, it's like because the wood elves are kind of like more like connected to Middle Earth. Like they like Middle Earth. They love the woods. They love the nature of it.
Yeah. What about this kid? What's he gonna do? When's he gonna do something? What's his name?
I don't know. I wish. I forget. He's like he's kind of
why is he still
inconsequential.
Yeah. I
think
keep your eyes out, Matt. Let us know as you're rewatching if he actually does anything at any point of note or of use.
I think he's kind of like there because he's Bronwyn's son, and Bronwyn isn't in this season. Yeah,
she died off screen. Oh, sorry, Matt. Spoilers. It's okay. Just forget about this before you start watching again. Just forget.
I'll have to do a lot of drinking.
All right.
It's not about hey man, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. And it's a beautiful the last episode of season 1 is terrific. And you'll love it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard, Mike, but I was going to watch the last episode of season 1, but the hockey game I watched last night was super heart pounding and super edge of my seat, so I just went to bed right after. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I forgive you.
Give him a heart attack. Anyways, what else? We should move on to the next show.
Rings of Power. Yeah, there's Rings of Power for you. Season finale. I was pretty stoked about it. I thought it was a pretty solid episode, though. Pretty solid episode of television right there, for sure. I liked it a lot. What else? Should we talk about The Penguin? Episode 3 came out. Are you caught up on this, AC?
I am caught up. I watched it.
Okay, excellent. How are you liking it so far?
You know what? You're right. I was sleeping on it. I shouldn't have. It's good.
Some good mobster TV, isn't it?
Yeah. I put it on while I was, working from home, just like in the background, and it's like it was tough for me to concentrate on work and just like looking over the TV. It's just like, oh.
Yeah. How do you feel about Colin Farrell's performance in that suit?
It's good. I think there are some shots that it like the makeup looks a little weird, but for the most part, it looks good. Yeah, and I like his character and what he's sort of developing with it. And but no, I really like Sophia. I like kind of like her half put together persona and like half unhinged at any time sort of thing.
Yeah, man. She really nails that on the edge sort of individual. Like, you don't know if she's gonna snap at any time. And the way she gives Oz those looks, oh my god, ice cold. Ice cold. That last episode, this episode 3, the scenes between these two were intense and like very intimate, even though they were just having conversations. They were so like they've got I'm looking forward to seeing what their real connection is, because they've hinted how he used to be her driver and that he maybe betrayed her and that's why she went away for a while, and we don't really know what's going on with all that, but I'm
something
really
like that, because we do know, and after watching that, I kind of want to rewatch the Batman to like observe his character and like how his association with Falcone. Because he was basically like Falcone's one of his lieutenants, but he was also kind of just like the lower ranked, like picked on guy.
Yeah, he was like the low rung of the ladder.
Where's this streaming at, guys?
HBO Max.
HBO
it's just
Max.
called Max. Do you have Max?
Yeah. I don't have Max.
Oh, bummer. Mikey says he doesn't want to like the Penguin, but it grows on you. I've been pretty hooked since the beginning, but I'm glad it's growing on you. I think it's a fantastic show. Let's see. So this episode we saw flashbacks from the Flood. It was a Victor episode. His young boy apprentice, the Penguin's young boy apprentice Victor. It was heavily focused on him, which I really liked. He had his big debate in this episode about whether or not he's gonna leave the Penguin and run off, because this girl he knows from before the Flood has been trying to contact him. They finally get in touch, starts talking to her. She's going to go out to California because their whole neighborhood was destroyed when the Riddler blew up the seawall. So she's getting out of town and tempting him.
It was good to see, like, things aren't great in Gotham right now.
Especially for their neighborhood. And seeing that the floodwaters hit his building and right dead onto the window of his apartment. It had like the red lights around the window to let us know that his parents are definitely dying right now. It was disastrous.
I like his character too. He's definitely kind of sort of after this episode developing into like the Chris to Penguin's Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah.
he wants to be his protege, but it might end up killing him. I'm afraid.
Yeah. Learn the life, kid. It's good for you. Telling
Because
him what's good, telling him how everybody hates him, so fight for yourself.
Because I'm pretty sure Victor isn't like a character from the comics, unless I'm mistaken. So
I'm not too sure. I'm not that familiar with the deep lore of Batman, but for this show, he's great. And the way, like, Penguin's so manipulative. He's so manipulative, and he's so good at it. I love watching him play people. But then he starts doing it to Vic, and I'm like, don't do it to this boy. I don't like it. He's too young. Let him go to California. Oh, but he decides in the end, he wasn't wrong. The Penguin wasn't wrong. It was up to Vic, and Vic decides to go back and stay with the Penguin, and it broke my heart. It broke my damn heart.
Kind of that toxic relationship type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful to watch, but very compelling. Yeah, Matt. Oh, yeah, Matt. Max is a Prime add-on, just like Mikey says.
Yeah, the wife has got Prime, so I need to ask her if she's got Max with the Prime.
Yeah. Totally. It's good, though.
Get the
I'm
Max
loving
with
it.
the Prime. But yeah, no, it's good. So yeah, good suggestion. I was, like we've discussed before, I was a little bit apprehensive, just like, it's a Penguin. I don't really care.
Yeah.
How good could it be? But yeah, it's pretty good.
He made me care pretty quick. I got into these characters real fast from the first episode. Real fast.
So yeah, I'll be watching along.
Oh, and the Uncle Luca in the Crime Family, the brother of Carmine, right? Is
yeah.
He was in Gilmore Girls, so that's nice. he was Max Medina in Gilmore Girls. He was engaged to Lorelai for one season, and then she dumped his ass. It was great. So shout out to what's his name, Scott Cohen, I think. I think the actor's name is Scott Cohen. Let me look it up. Is that right? Yeah, this guy. I like him as a mob boss, though. I was surprised. He always struck me as like Kirkland Brand, Andy Garcia. So it's nice to see him doing mob stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I could see that, I guess. Yeah.
Got Andy Garcia energy.
Dude, I could totally see Andy Garcia showing up in the Penguin in some role.
We don't need him now. We got Scott Cohen.
Yeah. I do like what's his name as Maroney.
Clancy Brown.
I've
been watching Star Trek Enterprise with my boy, and we just watched an episode last night with Clancy Brown in it. Fantastic. I love Clancy Brown. Yeah, he's fun. I like him as Maroney.
I always love it when he shows up in like live action roles because he's mostly a voice actor. But
he was in The Boys and the Gen V spin-off a little bit. Recently. Yeah,
he was in the Punisher series.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the Flash on the CW even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not watched everything.
That far. Here he was in the Enterprise. Yeah, with that.
Oh, who was he in the Flash?
He was a general that got taken over by Gorilla Grodd.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. He plays a good like army general guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I recognized him immediately because I watched Buckaroo Banzai for the first time not too long ago.
Oh wow!
And it was a very young Clancy Brown, and he was really good in that.
Yeah, Mike.
That's younger than Highlander days, right?
He was great in it. Very young Clancy Brown with.
Wow, is that Goldblum?
Yeah, Goldblum's in that too.
Amazing.
You ever watch this movie, Mike?
No, I've wanted to, but I never have gotten to it. I didn't know Goldblum was in it.
It's insane, but it's so good.
Look at that stare on the guy on the far right. Well,
that's RoboCop, bro. That's Peter Weller.
Is that Peter Weller? Oh,
yeah. Goddamn RoboCop playing Buckaroo Banzai with that bow tie. Look, where did Matt Smith get his inspiration for the Doctor? I wonder.
Wait. Mikey just put in the chat that him and Clancy grew up together. Did you really grow up with Clancy,
You know
Mikey?
this guy, Mikey? That's amazing. That's fantastic.
He was in Rebels, in Star Wars Rebels. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's been in everything.
He's been in so much.
Oh yeah, he was in the Rebels like show, and then he reprised his role in Ahsoka as the same character,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
live action.
Here he is in
You
Highlander.
You got me, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey. I was all stoked about it. I was gonna make you tell the stories. What a face,
Yeah, he just
though.
meant
What a
that
voice, man.
he meant that he was watching him.
Yeah.
Growing up. But yeah, no, Mr. Krabs, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Mr. Krabs
Did you ever
too.
see when they did that live action scene with all the voice actors, but they put them in live action in the SpongeBob characters, and they had him do a scene live action? It's ridiculous.
I did see that.
It's so dumb.
It's like, yeah, all these old, really old looking actors like playing, the SpongeBob characters.
Yeah.
You got Tom Kenny.
Oh
I
yeah,
forget
he's
the
in
names,
Green
but
Mile.
yeah.
Clancy Brown.
Who was he in Green? Oh yeah, he was in Green Mile. I just saw the picture.
Guard.
Yeah. Oh no, that's Shawshank Redemption. That's not Green Mile.
You're
That's
right.
Shawshank.
My bad. I mixed them up. My bad. Shawshank.
Both Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Penguin. Episode 3. Fantastic.
Yeah. And our
The
Tom
Penguin
Clancy,
and Clancy Brown.
appreciation.
Yeah.
We could talk about Matt. Have you been watching Agatha all along?
Man, I haven't.
Man,
That's
I
okay.
thought I was the one that's been behind on everything, but
I just got married and now I have 2 teenage boys, almost 3 teenage boys, so I don't have a lot of time.
He's got a mountain of excuses.
no.
Always, I'm the king of excuses.
Understood. I'm, I have all the time in the world, but yet I find ways to waste it.
Was this episode 4 that was the most recent? I think so.
No, it's 5.
Was it 5? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I really do want to start watching it because it is spooky season, and every time I log on to Disney Plus, it's like spooky season. Watch Agatha all along, and so I really do want to watch it. Does it have a Halloween vibe to it, or is it?
Well, it's
it
all
more?
witches and magic. It's all witches
definitely.
and magic. Yeah.
Definitely. I'd say it's like one of the more darker shows that they've been doing. Things get really dark.
People keep dying.
Yeah, pretty
Like
quickly.
main characters keep dying. People in this poster keep dying.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about it too much, but I will say, like, the latest episode is definitely tying back to WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's going in like a kind of going in a direction away from WandaVision, but then they zip it right back because of a certain character.
So
Right.
what? I mean, I don't know the lore on this, but at the end of the episode, we see this kid wearing a magical crown and everything. What does this mean? There's hints that he might be Wanda's son. Agatha said something like he might be. But what do you know? What does this crown mean? That he's really good at magic?
Well,
He's the
is
blue
that
wizard?
magic
He's the blue wizard?
or Wiccan?
He's Wiccan. He's Billy.
You think he's Wiccan? Okay.
That's one of Wanda's kids?
Yeah. And I think he's age appropriate from when that show came out because he's a teenager.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think they make it pretty clear that he's Billy, Wiccan, who is
when he had the crown. Once he had the crown on, I was like, okay, so maybe he's related to Wanda somehow. Maybe that's his mom. That makes it makes enough sense. But they're really, I don't know. I'm like halfway on this show. I'm like halfway. It seems like
they don't
I'm
say
waiting
it.
for something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the cliffhanger. They don't say it, but
Yeah.
he's not the other guy who was Agatha's son.
Nicholas
who
Scratch. They said his name on the Ouija board, and they've mentioned him right in the show.
Yeah, and he's a character in Marvel. He's the son of Agatha. He's another powerful, magic guy. And she traded him. She did some kind of deal traded him for the Darkhold.
Yeah.
That's what.
It's horrible. What a bad mother.
And so, like, I'm sure he's going to end up being the main antagonist, but also I'm thinking like Agatha herself is also like the end because she's not good. She's a villain. Like she's really evil.
Yeah.
She like
Agatha's a bad guy.
She's really like shown like no remorse for anything she's done.
Fake remorse.
She was only a good guy in Midnight Suns then.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
She's like the main character protagonist of this story, but yeah, she's not a good person. She's rude and she's gonna screw you over. She'll screw you over. She's selfish and rude.
I don't understand why magic isn't in this. Like, you would think the character magic.
Oh,
that's her.
Because
that's her name.
They can't afford Anya Taylor-Joy right now.
Yeah. Also, I think this show was made before the deadline of when they can actually use X-Men characters.
Oh.
Because Magic's an X-Men character.
Right. Well, isn't Wiccan as well?
No.
Oh.
No, Wiccan's just the son of Wanda. He was, I think, he was part of like the Young Avengers because,
Yeah,
So it seems like they're gathering up like a lot of the Young Avengers. Like they have Wiccan. There's like the new Hawkeye girl.
I think I heard that they're starting season 2 filming of that.
And new Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That's
I saw
great.
that headline the other day. I think that's the headline.
Because I thought the Hawkeye show was fantastic.
We got also Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Kamala
She's a young
Khan.
Avenger, right?
Yep. They introduced Hulk's son in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ever going to revisit that or not, but
yeah, are we ever going to see She-Hulk again? In the MCU, that is.
I thought it was fine, but people on the internet seem to hate it so much.
It was funny.
It was it was okay. I mean,
there were definitely cringy parts about it, but I thought overall it was good.
Yeah, that twerking scene.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
That's the thing
Anya Taylor-Joy was recently in Furiosa. Maybe that's what you're thinking, but she's been in a lot lately. Queen's Gambit. That's a couple. Sorry, what were you saying?
She's been in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off though, AC. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was done.
Okay. Word. Well, so Agatha, yeah, I just sort of. Also, I feel like I put it in the Discord here. I kind of feel like Catherine Hahn is phoning it in a little bit, and she might be like tired of her own shtick or not a fan of the way they are having her use her shtick in this or something. I'm just getting this vibe off of Catherine Hahn as I'm watching her. Like she doesn't have her whole heart in this. It seems like I don't know something about it just seems like she's not fully in it, and I don't like that because normally she's great. But if she's tired of her own stuff, then I'm kind of tired of her own stuff. It's like rubbing off on me in that way.
I really haven't watched a whole lot of her stuff. The only other thing that I know her from really is Parks and Rec.
Oh man, she was fantastic in Step Brothers.
Oh yeah, that's right. She
was hilarious in Step Brothers. She was good in Parks and Rec too, though. I liked her on that a lot.
Yeah, I think the thing is like it's tough when you're pretty much known for being like a side character. Actor.
Sassy side character. She has the character she was in Parks and Rec is pretty much the vibe she is in everything. And normally it's great, but it's like if she's getting tired of it, then I might be getting tired of it too. And she just sort of feels tired of it a little bit.
Yeah, one thing that if they do this, and I'll I'm doing a Vegas bet that maybe they'll do this, and it would make me so happy, is if they tie in Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
Gail Garcia Bernal's character with the man thing, and also what's her name? Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Was it? If they tie any of those characters into Agatha, because they're exploring like the darkness, the magic, the supernatural part of MCU. It's like, oh man, if they bring those characters back, which I hope they do someday, because I love that one-off special that they did.
That was fun. Yeah.
In fact, I definitely want to watch it again for Halloween because it was so good. If they bring them back, that'd be cool.
Listen, they could always throw Moon Knight into this mix too if they get some Oscar Isaac money together.
There you go. If they did like a sort of like if they did, I don't know if there's a name if they have in Marvel, but like in DC they have the Justice League Dark. Yeah. If they did like a Dark Avengers, well, no, Dark Avengers is something different, but like a supernatural Avengers type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, throw some werewolves in there. And what's happening with the Blade movie? Where's
They do have
Blade.
that.
Oh yeah. What am I talking about? Midnight Suns.
Yeah, I was about. I was like, come on, man! They do have that. It's the Midnight Sun.
I forget. But yeah, they should totally do that if they want to make a Midnight Suns movie.
That would be a little bit hard because they'd have to bring in Spider-Man and Wolverine.
They got Tom Holland for the rest of his natural born life, so that's fine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they don't
necessarily already signed, I'm sure.
They don't need to bring those characters in, but just like the supernatural ones, like Blade, have Blade run the team. Make the Blade movie, and then he's just like, okay, I can't do this by myself. I need a team. So he brings in Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, Moon Knight.
They got Clea on this poster from the Doctor Strange post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, yeah, Doctor Strange and her. So yeah, they got the makings of it if they wanted to do it. It's just a matter of I guess time and money for.
Did somebody put Morbius on this Midnight Suns poster? Is he a Midnight
Sun? Get him out of
here. Yeah, get him out of here. Get that garbage out of here.
He is in the game Midnight Suns, but it's like not Jared Leto, please not.
Yeah.
Also, Morbius as a character, I really couldn't care less about.
Right, like he was such a stupid character in Spider-Man. Like, yeah.
It's like out of like the whole roster of Spider-Man villains that Sony has. Our next one, we got Venom. He's like the most popular villain. The next one, Morbius.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, when's Kraven out? That's gonna be soon, right?
Oh my god, I keep forgetting that movie.
Kraven's supposed to be out.
Hey, it comes out in December.
If they make Kraven as good as they did in Spider-Man 2 the game, then it should be pretty good. Like, they made Kraven into
but they're not
really
gonna make it that good.
Yeah.
It's Sony in the Spider-Verse. It's gonna be I don't know. I don't want to call it too soon, but their track record is really dog do right now. I don't have a lot of faith, but I am looking forward to Venom 3. I think Venom 3 will be good.
Yes,
me too.
So am I, because the Venom movies have been okay. I like them enough, and they're bringing in Null, as the villain for the third one. So
yeah, that's gonna get real interesting. I think these are a bunch of Photoshop posters and trailers that aren't official, so just bear that in mind, because some of them have like extra stuff thrown into them. But Venom 3 is looking good. That'll be good.
Yeah, search Null or Null Venom or Marvel.
Yeah, he's like the symbiote god, right?
Yeah, he's the creator of the symbiotes.
But he's also, isn't he some sort of multiversal being that can see across the universes to all the symbiotes and all the universes?
Yeah, no,
so that should be interesting.
He's like a being who like was created from just like the darkness of the universe, and
so he's like the Madam Web of the symbiotes.
Oh no!
Don't say that.
Let me do a Dakota Johnson impression. God.
He's way cooler than that.
God. No, okay, no. The actual Madam Web, not that terrible god movie that came out.
Well, that's the freshest Madam Web in my mind. So don't talk about it.
Madam Web was actually a really good character in the comics and even in the 90s Spider-Man series.
Yeah,
She was
no,
in
true
that.
that. She really was. That movie was a travesty. Do you think we'll
Yeah.
see Dakota Johnson pop up in Venom 3?
I friggin' hope
Do
not.
you think we'll see Jared Leto?
Unless
Do you think we'll see
unless-
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
I
what about Michael Keaton as the Vulture who showed up randomly?
He's in that universe for some reason, I guess. Yeah, so maybe we'll see him.
Oh well, in the trailer they did show what's his name that played the Lizard in the Andrew Garfield.
Oh yeah, they did, huh?
Yeah,
Reese Ifan.
Yeah, Reese.
yeah. He was.
Who knows
he
if
was
he's
sitting
actually
in the
playing
back-
like a multi-version of like Kurt Connors?
Yeah, I don't
that'd
know.
be interesting if he was, but
Yeah.
he
Why
might
is
just
he
be
in
like
that trailer.
Yeah.
maybe
There he is.
maybe Sony just like forgot. Oh wait, we already cast this guy as a.
I would
wouldn't
not.
put it past them.
I wouldn't put it past Sony. Like, because the weird thing is like one of the opening shots of the trailer is they put a glass vial on the symbiote that we saw at the end of No Way Home. Spoiler alert to those of you that didn't watch No Way Home. In the after credit scene, when you saw Venom, the Tom Hardy Venom, there was a little symbiote that was crawling along the bar.
Oh yeah.
And that's the first scene in the trailer is them putting a glass over that. So that's the Tom Hardy universe, but Tom Hardy went back to his universe. So how is the symbiote crawling across the bar in the Tom Hardy universe when it's in the Tom Holland universe? Yeah, Sony just doesn't.
They got some splaining to do.
They need to pull their heads out of their
I
asses.
do like
that's for sure.
Throughout all the trailers of Last Dance, he's like wearing the same clothes. So like it takes place like immediately after he gets zapped back.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's wearing that Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, which is great, but like
I'm really just looking forward to seeing him riding this Venom horse. Actually, it looks hilarious.
Right? Nimrod, Sony just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Venom movies I've liked, but all the other stuff has just not been good.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, they definitely got me intrigued enough to like. I'll definitely go watch it.
Yeah.
I'll keep my expectations low.
You know what? With the Venom movies, it's like, am I going to have fun? If I have fun, then that's great. But if I don't,
yeah, true. Yeah, that's the thing is like, as long as it's fun, you have a good time. Like I've heard like bad things about Joker, where people just said like it's boring.
Oh, great segue.
Yeah, let's segue into that.
Great segue.
One last thing about
sure.
One last thing about Venom. If they do like want to do Venom in the MCU, it'll definitely be Flash Thompson Venom.
Oh, do you think they'd bring back Joe Manganiello somehow? Wasn't he Flash in the very first Spider-Man movie?
No, in the MCU.
No.
The Flash in the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name.
Yeah.
It was Joe Manganiello. How do you spell it? Manganiello.
No, it wasn't Joe. It
wasn't. He was in the first Spider-Man as Flash. Give me a second.
But I'm talking about the MCU
No, I know,
Spider-Man.
but come on, they're bringing back everybody. Bring back Joe Manganiello as the Flash and Venom. It'd be great. He'd be great at it. Just let him. Look at him. Look at this young baby face he had back then. Little Joe Manganiello. It was like one of his first big movie roles.
He's a big D&D player.
Yeah. That's why you should want him to be in all the movies, Matt. Because D&D.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, I think he'd be great as Venom, though, wouldn't he? As Flash Thompson Venom. I know he's not in the MCU, but I vote Joe anyway. I'm voting Joe. Oh, look, here's him suggested for Kraven. That would have also been
but I thought I thought they set up the relationship between Peter and the other Flash in the MCU pretty well.
I forgot there was a whole other Flash in the MCU already.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Sorry, you said Flash, and I just immediately thought of Joe Manganiello, and my man crush on him came out. And I couldn't stop talking about him. Don't you guys remember how he was in the first Spider-Man movie? He was in it.
Barely.
Look at him with his leather jacket.
Ooh. I gotta fan myself. Ooh.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
He's like in 2 scenes.
Well, yeah. Peter Parker flips right over his head at one point. So clever.
But no, in the comic books, Flash Thompson does become a version of Venom.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I forgot all about this Flash Thompson. I just forgot all about him for a second.
Yeah, he is kind of like kind of a pathetic, wormy type of kid. But I think that would be perfect for, if he gains like the powers of the symbiote. He's just like, I'm gonna, beat Spider-Man in his own game. Because he is actually like, he's kind of more of an anti-hero Venom.
Yeah.
I
was just watching something with this kid when he was really young. I saw something the other day. I don't remember what it was, but he was in an episode of something I watched, like an older show, and he was very young in it. And I was like, hey, it's that kid. That forgettable Flash Thompson.
But anyway, sorry to sidetrack us.
No, that's
Back
okay.
to Joker.
Joker, yeah, I've just been hearing it's been getting the worst reveals. I can't wait to watch it, but I think I'm going to wait till streaming. But it sounds like it's just horrible, just awful, just the worst. And everybody hates it. It's got like the lowest scores online. It had a D ranking somewhere. Opened with 120 million worldwide, less than half of the original. It's just been doing horribly, performing horribly, getting reviewed horribly. And I'm fascinated. It makes me want to see it, to see the train wreck.
According to, Rotten Tomatoes, currently it's at 33% with critics and 32% with viewers. So, yeah, not great. That is not great.
Yeah, it's just a train wreck. 33%. Ouch.
Well, and what do you think that's from? Like, I mean...
Well, so I haven't watched it, but I have like read reviews and descriptions of it. It's like people are saying like it's very boring. It's like sort of like a courtroom drama where the whole story is basically Arthur is in court trying to like defend himself for all the stuff he did in the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to, I guess, basically convince like the jury that he's insane, like he didn't mean to do this stuff, and like everything that happened was like a result of like the system or whatever. And it's like really just kind of going down and like recounting the events of the first movie.
Oh.
And not even like showing anything, but just like talking about it.
Oh.
And then it's like cut in with like, because he goes back to like, between different, courtroom sessions, he goes back to Arkham, and that's where he develops his relationship with Lady Gaga, who's not Harley. She's called Lee.
Oh boy.
That's her name.
Yeah. Well, okay. So not to interrupt, but I went and watched the first one when it first came out. My boss at the time took me to go see it. And it was fine to watch one time, but it's not a movie that I would ever want to watch again. It was like, yeah, that was okay. I feel like this might be the same, where it's just like, yeah. Like I didn't understand why people loved the first one so much, because I was just like, yeah, it was okay. He's not my favorite Joker.
Yeah, I think the thing with the first one is like it's definitely like very beautifully shot. Like the cinematography of that movie is really, really good, in my opinion. It has like lots of really good moments in it, but putting it together, then yeah, it's a bit overhyped. It's a bit because like the whole selling point of that movie was it's going to be like it's going to be like a Martin Scorsese like, character study, like Taxi Driver.
It was not Martin Scorsese. That was not a Scorsese film.
No, but they were brilliant in the marketing to like bring it up.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure that was something that was like invented by the press around that movie, and then like the producers and Todd Phillips were just like running with it, just like yeah, sure, because they were even saying like, oh, is Martin Scorsese like involved? Is he producing it or something like that? It's like no, but yeah. So this one, people are saying is just like it doesn't even hold a candle to the first one, and that people said like the ending is like such a just like such a weird turn and makes no sense. And the interesting thing that I also read, or I think I listened to it on a podcast, is that the movie opens up and it doesn't have the DC, label or logo.
Oh
like,
yeah, James Gunn isn't touching this thing with a 10-foot pole.
No, he hadn't.
It's just been very clear that this is nothing to do with him and what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't understand the obsession with putting Harley Quinn in everything that you have to do with Joker.
Mr. J.
I think Harley Quinn is an overrated character. That's just my opinion. Not a huge fan.
My.
Well, I mean, oh my.
I don't think she's overrated. I mean, she is definitely overused, and she's great.
That's what I'm
great when
that she's overused.
She's great when they use her like really good, like if they make her character good, like. But yeah, she is definitely like on every T-shirt, DC T-shirt. Like you can walk in a Hot Topic, you'll get like 100 Harley Quinn T-shirts you see on the wall.
Right. She was great in some of the animated series.
Oh yeah, the animated series Harley Quinn was good.
Yeah, I did like an adult one that was like, it was more adults that they had Harley Quinn used, and it was a whole lot like the comic books where, she was always trying to get in bed with Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I've watched it. I'm not caught up with it. I've gone through like season 3, I think, and it's still going, and it's really good. It's funny. It's, I mean, the humor might not be for everybody, but it's like definitely like lots of inside DC jokes and humor.
What's that series called?
It's just called Harley Quinn.
Oh, that's what it's called. I had no idea. I thought it was
HBO
like
Max.
Okay, yeah.
She's voiced by Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah. There's a picture of the series, the Harley Quinn series.
Yeah, and then Joker's in it too a lot, and he's played by Alan Tudyk, and he's actually a pretty good Joker.
Oh, nice. Alan Tudyk's great.
Okay, not to get us sidetracked, but who is the best Joker in your opinion?
Live action or animated or all of them or
all of them? All of them.
Jared Leto, hands down. Just kidding. It's not that one.
Just kidding. Get out.
I think I'll always be partial to Jack Nicholson, frankly. But Mark Hamill, close second.
Oh yeah,
Mark Hamill, close second.
Mark Hamill's my favorite.
I guess I'll go for the kind of the basic bitch answer, but Heath Ledger. I just thought that performance was just game changing.
When I image searched best Joker, Heath Ledger was the first result. Just so you know. Nimrod says Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's a close second. Mark Hamill's first, and then Heath Ledger.
What about Romero? What's his name? The old Adam West.
Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero.
Yeah. Cesar Romero.
He was good.
He was great.
Never.
You look Nicholson though. Wasn't Nicholson so fun as the Joker?
You love how he never shaved his
Yes,
his
yeah.
mustache.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also like
Yeah.
in the they did like an animated special where they kind of revived the 60s Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember
and, like,
hearing about that.
And they had the Joker in it. Cesar Romero had passed, but he was played by someone else. But in the animation, he still had like the outline of his mustache in the animation.
That's awesome. Mikey says Ledger. Mikey's also for the Ledger camp.
Yeah.
That Kevin is. Oh, it's the Office cast from there. This one has Dwight and Kevin from The Office. From the episode
And
where
Creed.
they just have,
And
like,
Creed.
Oh yeah,
I'll,
Creed
Is over there on the end.
I'll give a an honorable mention to what's his name, Cal Kestis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forget that actor's name.
Because he was in
He was
Shameless.
in-
He was in Gotham. Cameron Monaghan.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
yes.
He actually did a pretty good job as like playing a guy who was just like, is this a Joker or not? He's being very Joker-ish.
Yeah.
And then they sort of like did a twist where it's like, oh wait, no, he dies, but his twin brother is actually the Joker. That show goes in wild places, but
Yeah.
I thought he played a pretty good Joker too.
Mikey, Mark Hamill was the voice of the Joker in the Batman animated series and a bunch of Batman animated works. I don't think he's ever played him live action, but he's done the voice for decades.
No,
But in the early 90s live action Flash series, he plays the trickster and he does the exact same voice.
And he also
was
kind of used that voice as the cockknocker in Jay and Silent Bob.
he was in the CW Flash, not the 90s.
Oh yeah, and he
CW Flash.
Yeah, but he was also in the 90s one.
Was he?
That's why they
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he was there. That's why they brought him back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he was in both.
Nice.
Not quite the Joker, but here he is in the 90s. Wow. Was that what they were kind of making fun of when he was cockknocker?
A little bit, I think so.
Wow. What a costume.
Oh yeah, because his boy was like in the CW Flash.
Oh.
His protege was wearing something very similar.
Yeah.
Wow.
The return of the trickster.
He does do a good Harrison Ford, Mikey. He does a great Harrison Ford.
Wow, look at that face.
We haven't even gotten to video games yet, you guys.
That episode that he's in is great.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Is this going to be a long episode? We haven't even gotten to video games yet.
Should we? Where are we at? What should we talk about? We talked about Joker. So that's Joker. What else? What else? Should we move into video games? I think that's all the movies and TV stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where should we start on video games, you reckon? You hear about Halo Studios? You hear about this? You seen this? You heard about this?
No, please tell us.
Halo's revamping their shizzle. They're moving to Unreal Engine 5. They renamed their studio Halo Studios. It was formerly 343 Industries, changing their name to Halo Studios. And they're going to focus more on making games rather than being their own tech company, because Halo's always had their own engine that they built in-house. So they're kind of refining the process, switching to Unreal Engine so they don't have to make their own engine. And they're going to start making a bunch more Halo stuff. And the screenshots so far look very pretty. Very pretty. So we should start seeing some very interesting things from Halo Studios in the coming years. Which is pretty exciting, because I've never been big on shooters, but I played a decent amount of Halo way back when. And it's a good game. Good game.
I did too. Did you ever watch Red vs. Blue?
No, I did not. I've heard
I
of it.
did.
Check it out. It's absolutely hilarious.
Look at the details on these screenshots, though. Unreal Engine 5. Oh, they're going to be able to put so many little knobs and stuff on the guns and knuckles on the gloves, and it's just gonna look so freaking pretty.
That is
Master
pretty.
Chief. I didn't watch the recent Halo series either, but I heard it was mid, as the kids say. It was mid.
Oh, yeah, it was I watched it. It was
Big controversy because he took his helmet off in that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's tough to have a main protagonist in a TV show that, unlike a video game where you're
Tell it to the
playing the
Mandalorian,
antagonist.
whatever you're about to say. Tell it to the Mandalorian.
No,
He
that's true,
took
I
his
guess.
helmet off. He took his helmet off.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Halo Studios coming up. Should be exciting. We got a trailer for that from them with like lots of glorious high definition footage. If you want to check it out in the Discord, grab the link out of the description if you're not already in the Discord with us, of course. But that's Halo Studios, what we're looking at. And then you guys posted. Oh wait, what's this game over? Oh, another game ending. There's a mobile Disney game shutting down. I forget what it's called. Disney Multiverse. What's it called? Mirrorverse. Disney Mirrorverse.
Oh
Mobile
man,
game is
I
being
like
shut
that.
down. We talked about Simpsons tapped out last time. This time we got another mobile game shutting down. Goodbye, Mirrorverse. You play this one, Matt?
I do. I didn't know that was one that was shutting down.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
going
a-
away.
It's a gotcha game where
Yep.
it's kind of like an RPG, battle game, but like, you kind of just like draw new characters.
Yeah, there's so many games like it. There's Star Wars not Galaxies, Star Wars Heroes or something like that.
There's a Star Wars one, there's a Marvel one,
There's a
there's
Star
like there's
Trek
even,
one.
Yeah,
there's even like there's even a Lord of the Rings one.
yeah. There's so many in that vein.
And like it's those games are fun to an extent, but like you quickly realize that like in order to get like some of like the really cool characters or good characters, you definitely got to shell out actual money,
Mhm.
as well as like shell out actual money if you want to like upgrade and like get to like the top tier levels. I've definitely fallen for those traps before, and it's like whenever I see a game like that, I distance myself because I don't know. It's sort of that it's got that like collector's energy in it because it's like, oh man, I can collect all these characters and they'll be on my team and
The thing that gets me is that I don't pay, but it's taken me years. And what bums me out about this is it took me years to get Jack Skellington, who, I have tattooed on me, and now it's going away, and I can't play as Jack Skellington anymore. So that's
Matt, how does
sad.
your wife feel about your Jack Skellington tattoo?
We're getting it
asked her
redone.
about it. You getting it
We're
redone?
getting it redone. Yeah, we're getting it redone.
Oh, nice. Just like touched up redone or turned into something else redone?
Turned into a better looking Jack Skellington.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And we're adding Sally to it, so it's going to
that's what I was about to say. I bet you're gonna add Sally.
Yeah,
Um,
and then we're gonna add Zero for Bo. So Jack and Sally and Zero.
Cute.
I was gonna say this kind of ties into a news item that I posted.
Oh wait, but I don't think I said it. This is officially this Mirrorverse game. The servers are going offline December 16th. So if you haven't got your Jack Skellington yet, you only have until December 16th. Okay, there. Transition away.
Well, I was gonna transition to a story kind of further down on our chat that Steam is basically just coming out and say it. It's just like digital games, you do not own them. Like you're not guaranteed to have these games, and that's the thing that happens a lot, especially with these mobile games, as we've discussed. The The Simpsons tapped out, and this Mirrorverse one. It's like you're not guaranteed any of this, even though you're paying money for it. It's basically you're paying for the license. You're paying for the privilege to play this game. You don't own it.
Yeah. It's part of this new law, right? California passed this law that's forcing digital stores to admit it. They have to now. They have to, at least in
Yep.
California. So Steam's like jumping ahead of it and just doing it everywhere, right?
Pretty much. And it's something it's been a thing forever, anyways. Ever since like the early days of Steam,
Yeah.
and pretty much like an unspoken rule of most media, anyways, is like you buy a game, you buy a DVD or a movie, you don't like own it necessarily. You own the license to view it as yourself, as an individual. That's why, you if you're like an independent movie theater and you want to, host like a watch party of certain movies, you have to pay the studio that owns that movie, the rights holder, in order to, screen it for people.
Yeah.
Well, and I was thinking about, as I was reading this, because I was reading it before we went live. I was reading it, and a lot of people, like you were saying, AC, are like outraged that they don't own the game, and that they can't.
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise! You don't own the game. Like, I bought NHL 25 digitally. I don't own that game. I mean, and why would I want to? Because eventually, it's going to be obsolete.
Next year, don't they put out a new one every year?
They put out a new one every year. The only reason I wanted it this year was because it had the Utah Hockey Club.
Everybody say it with me. Everybody say it with me. Sports games should be subscription based.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah. I totally
what
agree.
is this Madden 25, 24, 25, 26? It's so ridiculous, man. It's like, we'll just send you the same game every year.
It's just changing the
get
team.
the updates as they come out. A new team, just add it to the roster. Drop the year out of it.
New players, add the new players, drop the old players. Yeah, I completely agree.
If any games should be on a subscription service, it's the sports franchise games.
Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like even the games that I own digitally, if I play them to completion, I got my money's worth. And so if they take that game away from me, I can't really be that mad because I got my money's worth.
What if you want to play it again?
Well, if I want to play it again and it's not available, then they need to give me a good reason. Like Web of Shadows, like if I paid for that game digitally, I'd play that game over and over and over and over again. But
it should just be cheaper digitally, since they don't have to put it in a box and ship it anywhere. That's what it should be.
Right. I'm paying the same price.
I think it's very dependent on like what the game is. Like if it's like a live service game and it goes away, and it's like I can understand, because it costs money to like run servers to like run the game.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to expect these companies to run a server forever on every single game.
And it's like, if the game is like not generating money, then like the server is just like, kind of
go bleeding the
right. Like for example, the perfect example, Mike, you and I used to play Conan all the time.
Oh yeah.
Right. And if the players die out, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't remember how much money I spent on the game itself and the expansions. But if they don't get the servers anymore and the game isn't successful and they shut down the game, well, I can't complain about that. I should have been playing the game more.
I do think there is an argument to be said that like, if you're still, you paid this money, and in some cases, some people paid like a lot of money. I think like they should still be like entitled to something, like, give them a free subscription to the next game that the studio is making, or just like, nice. or just like make a stated version of the game that's like not necessarily online all the time, but you can still go in there and play it. Like,
if that doesn't work for every game, but like if there's a single player component and you buy the game, yeah, you should totally be able to play that single player component at least for as long as
Right.
you've got the game.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going with this, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I know, like, from the video game industry standpoint, is, a lot of it comes from trying to pretty much squash the reselling pre-owned game.
Oh, okay. They're
industry.
trying to kill off GameStop, sort of thing.
Effectively,
yeah.
yeah. They want to be making money on each transaction, not having people trading their games after they made their money.
I mean, that's why the big publishers and the big three have leaned so much into digital games, because, like, one, we don't have to, like, make and manufacture, physical media anymore.
Yeah.
And then two, our customers can't go and, like, sell the games to other people because, we want to be making the money.
I don't want my customers making money off of my stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Nimrod's right. I don't like when games need internet for a single player game.
That's total BS. I hate
Yeah.
that. You should not need an internet connection to play a single game ever. Ever.
Yeah.
If it's downloaded to my machine, leave me alone.
Right. Or if, like, I've played games where you have a disc and it's a single player game and it's like, well, you need the internet to play this. And it's like, no.
That's bogus, man. That's where it gets too far, for sure.
Go screw yourself.
Yeah.
I don't need none of this garbage.
Yeah.
Do you remember the good old days of, like, the Blizzard games that required you to, like, when you install it, put in, like, the code that's on your CD
Yes.
case?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was a lot of games back then.
Oh yeah, but me and my friends, like, we shared games a bunch, and we passed along little applications that got around that, so that we could all have, like, the same copy of StarCraft and play it.
Now,
Cracks.
I'm not saying that two people in this group right now ever did this, because it was completely illegal, but I have heard of a couple of people that have downloaded games and those CD keys to play games.
Oh?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I have no idea who I'm talking about either. I just,
I don't know. I think maybe all three of us did that. Maybe.
Yeah. Who hasn't sailed the high seas from time to time, eh?
Yeah.
We're just sailors. We're explorers.
Yeah,
dude, high school kid with an internet connection. And,
I
like,
love
no
rum,
money
so.
and no money to buy games.
Yeah.
Right.
You're joking. Of course I did.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hey, quick shout out to our TikTok viewers and our Instagram viewers. Thanks for checking it out on the alternate channels. Loving it.
Hey guys.
Let's see. What else we got this week?
I have, like, really small stuff, and then one of them actually segues into AC. I posted a few articles about, since it's the spooky season, we've got some scary horror games that are, old articles from way back when, but I mean, some of these games are really great. Like Dead Space. I never played Outlast, but I've heard it's super scary. Fatal Frame 2, I think I mentioned it last episode.
Yeah,
but the Fatal Frame series is just fantastic and spooky. Let's see. The playable teaser walkthrough from Silent Hill, that was absolutely terrifying.
I've heard of this, yeah.
I don't know
and a YouTube phenomenon.
Yeah.
PT was originally, it was created by Hideo Kojima, the maker of Metal Gear, and in partnership with Guillermo del Toro. And it's called Playable Teaser because it was originally supposed to be sort of like a demo for the next Silent Hill game.
Right, and it never got made.
No, unfortunately, all of that got canceled, and Kojima went
Yeah.
his separate ways. But yeah, no, that one's pretty scary.
Yeah. Silent Hill 2, that's another good one. Let's see what the other article. I've never played this Doki Doki Literature Club,
This is a
but
scary game?
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's a scary game. I don't.
It's well,
Oh, breaking the fourth wall to horrifying results. This is funny.
Okay.
yeah, it is a scary game, and it's also one of the PS Plus essential downloads.
Yeah, I think I've got this
Um,
in my library from. I think it was a free game once on one of the monthly free games
Yeah, I think it was
long
this
ago.
month.
Oh, it was this month? Never mind.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of one of these other types of games like this. Never mind. Continue.
It's really a game that you just have to play, and
Okay.
it will definitely like scare you with its just weirdness.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like scary, but it does get very unsettling, like with
Okay.
the story and the characters. But it's like, it's a play off like the visual, the Japanese visual novel games,
Yeah.
like dating simulator. Just like, oh, which one of these
Okay.
girls
Yeah,
do
like
I want to
Dream
take
Daddy.
out?
Okay.
Yeah, but it gets increasingly dark, and
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh.
so
Well, okay.
it's also very funny too. I'll say that.
I might have to check it out. I watched an ex-girlfriend play Little Nightmares, and it was pretty terrifying. I never played Alan Wake 2, but it does look like it could be scary.
I've heard that
Alien
one.
I-
Yeah, that one's supposed to be pretty good. Alan Wake 2. I've heard.
Alien Isolation was terrifying.
Uh-huh.
I got to tell you, like in this list of these games, that one got me the most.
They're doing a sequel. We talked about it last week, I think. They're doing a sequel to this one.
I played through it a couple weeks ago again because after watching Alien Romulus, I just had like the alien itch, so I just wanted to play it again.
Is there a cream for that? Sorry, that's a throwback to an itch cream joke we made last week. I said, "Is there a cream for that?" The alien itch.
Yeah.
Sorry. The deep cut. I've seen last week's episode a few times because of all those clips I clipped out.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, because you edit them. That's PT again. Let's see. My internet is loading slowly. I've never played Visage. It does look pretty scary. The Resident Evil games aren't terrifying, but they're a good time.
They're good. They're the latest two, 7 and 8, I think they're like really scary. 7 probably more than 8, but because they're all like first person and it's pretty much kind of like a reboot of the franchise. You're just like playing brand new character in a different scenario than like zombies.
I have heard that Biohazard was like, and I have it. I just need to play it. It's in my collection. I just gotta take the time to play it. Just like I have to watch all these shows that you guys keep telling me.
Yeah,
about.
you ever watch Chainsaw Massacre, the original?
Of course. I love horror.
Resident Evil 7's like that.
Oh, nice. I skipped over a couple. Dead Space was, I will agree, Dead Space was super scary. I never played Outlast. There's Resident Evil 7, just like you said, in the list. I'm just scrolling it through on my own. I don't know if Mike's keeping up.
I'm following along.
Okay, and then of course Fatal Frame 2 again. Silent Hill 2. A lot of these sequels were really scarier than the first. I do remember
That's how it should be.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2 was a lot scarier than Silent Hill 1. And I did like that. Until Dawn was... I like to play Until Dawn with other people, just because it's one of those like choose your own adventure novels from back when we were kids.
I think I did a free weekend of this or something at one point.
Yeah, they're pretty fun to play, especially when you play multiplayer. it's a part of a whole series, and they're pretty
They've
fun.
also got like pretty big actors, like name actors in them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Rami Malek's in it. They got Peter Stormare is in it too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think they said they're making an Until Dawn movie.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool.
So
Sweet.
they take the choices out of your hands. You just watch the movie.
Right. And then lastly, there's Amnesia. The only thing I know about this game is when I watched Conan O'Brien play it.
Clueless
And-
gamer.
Yeah, and
Great.
he said it was forgettable.
Uh,
And
this
I
baghead
agree.
monster looks weird and kind of derpy.
Yeah, doesn't it though?
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought that was one thing that I would bring is some scary games because it's spooky season and I love spooky
Ooh,
season.
scary.
And then the other thing I brought, which ties into AC, and his list of games that he brought is Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles is coming to the PlayStation, and it seems like all other consoles too.
Yeah. This one, this game was great. This is like one of the games that I would rent multiple times from Hollywood Video for the PS1 because there's an Episode 1 Phantom Menace game for PlayStation. That one sucks. It's
Yeah.
a really terrible game. This one though is more sort of like an old school like arcade beat 'em up game where you're just like go fight
Oh, Jar Jar. I see Jar Jar.
throughout all the basically the story of Episode 1.
Did
And
you
can,
ever play through this, Mike?
No, I didn't play this one. I don't
Okay,
think I've even
and
heard
you
of
can-
this one.
And
So,
you can just
like-
like be any character too.
Like AC was saying, is you remember like the Ninja Turtles game, the arcade
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles game where you could play any of the four, or the Simpsons game where it was
Yeah.
playing as any of the four. Jedi Power Battles is kind of like that. It was an old school arcade, like you stepped up, and I think in the arcade you could pick between Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Mace, and there was somebody else. But yeah,
Is this
I don't
kind of
know.
a precursor to Battlegrounds a little bit?
Not really.
No.
It's
Okay.
it's
Not
like
really.
Andreas said. It's a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em
Yeah.
up, like just going in there like the Simpsons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, different style of game, but it almost, I mean, I guess it's just because the settings are a lot the same probably, but it's just reminded me of like the first Battlegrounds in
Yeah.
some ways.
But yeah, it's like all Jedi characters, or I guess you can unlock different weird characters like Jar Jar or a battle droid that have like different abilities. But it's all about that beat 'em up style of just like getting good combos and avoiding getting hit. And
Oh,
there's
big
cheats.
head mode.
You get
I'm
big head mode.
sold.
Look at that big
Classic
head on
arcade cheats.
Qui-Gon.
Look at him go. Oh my god. That looks fun. Okay, so this is coming to PS4 and PS5? They're just
Yeah.
remastering and re-releasing the whole shebang?
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot with the Star Wars games lately. I have the remaster of Pod Racer that was on the
I
N64.
remember that one.
Yeah, and like
Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter, I have that one. I have the remaster of Jedi Outcast, a bunch of those. Like they're just doing remasters of all of them, and I have
A
them
lot of
all
those.
because I'm a Star Wars
those,
fanatic.
those games of that era, like they're not the best games, but they're still very nostalgic. Kind of
Yeah.
like the prequels themselves.
Oh, whenever I want to do a racing game, I definitely put in Pod Racer. Like, that's the first thing I go to is Episode 1 Pod Racer. Love that.
Yeah, they did like so many games surrounding episode 1.
They really
It was
did.
insane. There was like one on PC that I played that was sort of like I forget what it was called. It was like Naboo Defenders, and it was it was just basically like you as like a Naboo, like part of like the army, and like trying to like control a tank and like take out battle droids. It was weird. I have to look that one up. That was just like a random one that I had on PC.
Hey, George Lucas wanted that money, man. He knew what he was doing. He wanted
Oh,
that
maybe it
money.
was Naboo's. Oh, it was Star Wars Starfighter, was it? Was it that one? Maybe it was.
Starfighter was great. Naboo Starfighter? That was great.
I thought it was called Naboo something, but maybe I'm mistaken. I just remember there were also ground battles in it.
I don't remember that.
Well,
But yeah. Anyways.
cool.
Yeah. So that's my segue to let AC talk about what he brought.
Oh, I just have a few other things as far as releases. I guess Nintendo dropped a bunch of trailers the other day, even though there wasn't a Nintendo Direct. But the one that caught my eye the most is a new RPG maker for Nintendo Switch, which is like interesting. I don't know if either of you have ever toyed around with RPG Maker, or like Game Maker programs at all, but I did a lot of that in on my PC, and it's just like a really interesting tool to like create your own like little video games. And RPG Maker was pretty much stylized to be like, oh, if you want to make like your kind of own like Final Fantasy adventure, here's how you do it.
Damn, that's awesome.
And so, yeah, I'm pretty interested. Like, I would definitely like want to toy around with that if I, want to be, get creative and like make my own little, adventure game.
Oh, that's cool. It kind of looks like the old school Zeldas and stuff like that from.
Yeah, old Zeldas or old Final Fantasy, or Dragon Quest.
Star.
I am interested. I do want to know like if you're able to like import your own art into it. I'm interested to see how that would work, because the RPG Maker did like come with like a ton of like preset or like templates for things that you can add in, but it also allowed you to like make your own, like import your own like art, pixel art, or images and sounds and stuff. So like it was like a legitimate, like you can make a video game with this, and it didn't really take that much like programming knowledge. I think even versions of it, you could like, if you knew how to do that, you could input different code to do stuff. So it's pretty interesting that they're doing it on Switch. Like maybe even if it's just like a sort of like a toned down, like light version of it, that I still think that's pretty interesting. Pretty cool.
So, I don't know if you've played this game before. Obviously, it's not really a game because you're making your own game. But like, how can you share that? Because I don't want to make my own game, but I would love to play a game that like you would make or Mike would make.
I think that's the thing that's in this. That's in this is like you don't necessarily have to do it, but you can also just like play people's creations.
Yeah, it says on here you can upload them and share them. Your games and your maps and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. If you're making your own game, definitely you want to be able to share it with people.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I'm not sure how it would work, because I do know like with those RPG makers, like you do like if you wanted to like monetize it or sell it, you have to like partner with them in order to do that. So I don't know. We'll see.
You'll probably just get a cut.
But I still think it's like a really cool like creative outlet, because like I've always toyed around with that. I
used to draw up like plans for games in my notebooks at school, like just like different equipment I would have and different levels and stuff. Yeah,
me too. That's the thing is like I did have like lots of creative dreams for video games, and then like when it came to it, like learning actual like programming and coding, that wasn't really that for me, you know.
Yeah.
I know that comes easy to a lot of other people, but like I kind of like being the ideas guy.
Yeah, I think you and I talked about making a game way back in the day, didn't we, Mike? Like way
Oh yeah,
back.
we've talked about it for sure. Totally,
Yeah.
totally. It's I started making one a little bit a couple weeks ago in Godot, in some of my spare time, but then my spare time dried up because my job got busy again. So I haven't really worked on it for a while, unfortunately.
Was it a mud?
No.
Oh.
It was I was doing a like a mobile version of a Dwarf Fortress type of game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it didn't go very far. Unfortunately. What else, AC? Any of these others you want to cover? Oh, there was this cloud gaming.
Oh yeah, this one was pretty interesting with Xbox. Basically, I guess like, you know, expanding their cloud, you know, streaming service to allow you to be like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a part of their, you know, Xbox, you know, what's it called? Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like if you buy a game that's not on Game Pass and you own it and it's in your library, then you'll be able to stream it from, you know, whatever device you have,
That's
whether
nice.
it's your phone, PC. So
Yeah.
I think
Very nice
previously
of them.
it was only for like Game Pass games, but I guess now you can do it with any game, which is pretty interesting.
Is that their like retaliation from what we talked about last time with the PlayStation's like Switch sized little device?
I don't know if it's retaliation. I think this was always in their plans to do this.
Okay.
Basically to, I guess, like divorce themselves from, you know, having actual hardware. You know,
Yeah.
like
okay.
you don't need to buy a, you know, a $500 console to play these games. You just need a, you know, a decent internet connection, basically.
Wow.
So I think that's definitely like the direction that Xbox has been moving towards, or Microsoft has, you know,
Yeah.
of just, you don't need a box. The Xbox does not need a box,
Yeah.
basically.
The way of the
And so,
future.
yeah, now you just, as long as you're just like in their ecosystem of Microsoft, like you can just like buy a game and play it on your Android, play it on, you know, any kind of device. I'm sure they'll like release like a little like plug and play thing that you can just like put into your TV. It Bluetooth connects to like whatever controller you have,
Like a Roku.
and that's it. Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool. I think with the way like internet is nowadays, I think it's still a little bit of ahead of its time, because, you know, not everybody is able to have like, you know, the best internet connection. Like, you know, some people still struggle with pretty crappy internet, and I don't think like being able to like play, you know, certain games that require like really, you know, low latency, and especially multiplayer games, you know, it's you got to have like a pretty good connection. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a cool idea, and I definitely think that's definitely where all gaming is going to go anyways.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. I think it's still a little early. Like not everyone's going to be like hopping on board it. So I don't think like this generation of Xbox or PlayStation will be the last. I'm sure they're still going to come out with at least another generation before they say like, you know, no more consoles where it's all through the web, because you don't own your games anyways. You just pay us.
You don't own it anyway.
You pay us for the privilege to play these games.
You're just borrowing it. You're renting it.
Basically, yeah.
It's like Blockbuster in the future.
Oh man, what if this was Blockbuster's like ultimate plan?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're coming back. Blockbuster is going to come back, and they're going to be like, we got you. We took over the gaming industry. Ha 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 ha.
Yep, that's gonna happen.
They're like oh man, they're like this. They're the Sith of like all video game media.
Yeah. It was Blockbuster all along. They're the Jar Jar of the.
Oh man, all along it was Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that was one of my first jobs, and I loved working at Blockbuster. I'm so sad they're gone now.
I think there's still one left.
There's one left in Oregon.
Yeah.
And it's like independently owned. I think they were just able to like, I don't know if they like own like the Blockbuster trademark or nobody cares that they dare or not. I don't know.
To sue them. There's nobody left to sue them for.
Yeah, the company's gone now.
Yeah. Wild stuff.
I was reading that earlier about the last Aladdin's Castle arcade in malls.
Oh,
I don't know if we ever had those where we grew up in here. Aladdin's Castle.
I think there was one. Yes.
In here.
I think there was one at the mall in this town that I live in. Back when it was an indoor mall and not an outdoor mall. I think we had an Aladdin's Castle arcade. I think so.
But yeah, like throughout the 80s, like they were like everywhere, like almost in like every mall, but they all like, you know, kind of up and died. And I think the last one closed in 2020. It was like in Illinois.
Wow. The arcade, man. Used to be so great.
Yeah, have you been to an indoor mall with an arcade nowadays?
I can't. Like, most malls just seem like they're not even indoor anymore. I haven't been to an indoor mall for a while. I think.
In my area, I think the longtime viewers know where we all live. But I live further south than those guys now. In my area, I went to the University Mall. That's not giving away where I live. And they had an indoor arcade, and there was like 5 total. There was like a hoop shoot and the skee ball, and then there was like 3 actual arcade games. And I was like, that's not it. And it was in this tiny little spot, just snuck away. It broke my heart.
Well, I think they're kind of making the researchers, because I know like at least a couple of the malls that I live nearby have round ones, which are bowling alleys / arcades. If you've ever been to one of those, because basically like malls are trying to do anything to get people to come back to malls.
Well, we've got Fat Cats. Like Fat Cats is a thing, but
yeah, it's basically like a Fat Cats. It's the same thing, but they're called round
Fat
ones.
Cats closed down and got taken over, and then they called it like Skinny Dogs.
Oh yeah, I saw
that.
Now.
We've got
Fat
Cats nearby, and it reminds me of Hollywood Connection. You remember Hollywood Connection back in the day?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just giving away where we live. I'm just sorry.
It's
giving
fine.
everybody all sorts of
nobody really cares.
Yeah. I miss Hollywood. I worked there too. I worked at Hollywood Connection.
I'm in the woods currently. No one's gonna find me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know where you're at.
Uh-oh.
Is that a threat, sir?
I've been there before.
Getting a little punchy in here. Should we wrap it up, fellas? Before
Yeah.
you guys go to blows?
Oh
We're
wait,
not going to blows.
wait.
No.
More?
I did want to say like we should like do a quick wrap up of like what we've been playing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Let's talk what we've been playing. Everybody in chat, too. Let us know what you've been playing. If you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you're playing. I'll go first, because I've been playing the hell out of Halls of Torment. They had their full 1.0 release. I've been playing this game for over a year in early access, but it's in a 1.0 release now, full version, first version. It's on Steam. I've been playing it on PC. It's a roguelike Diablo-style dungeon blaster where each run you go until you die or until you defeat the boss, and then you're injected back to the lobby, and you can pick one of the other character types and change your equipment, and you gather equipment as you're going, and each run you can send it back to the surface. And it's fantastic. It's really fun. It's a really fun bullet hell type run and gun. Hordes of monsters surrounding you by the end. At the end of the level, it gets all super dense with all the monsters around you, and it's great. So I've been playing that. Nurse Bo, welcome to it. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Halls of Torment, I'm big into it, and the full release of the 1.0 version is running real smooth. I haven't had any problems. And lots of new achievements to get, so I've been gobbling up those achievements. Fantastic. What about you guys?
Nice. Well, okay. Well, yesterday I just booted up the latest Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, for the Switch.
Excellent.
And it is really fun. I'm still like pretty early in the game, but it's very like reminiscent of like the old like 2D Zelda games, but it's still different because it's kind of incorporates like the creativity of like the latest ones like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. As far as like you're like confronted with a problem, and then like you kind of like use the resources around you to solve it, because Zelda doesn't have a weapon. She has this little wand that is able to like create copies of like objects in the world, including the enemies that you fight.
Oh boy.
And so she's almost kind of like a necromancer in that way, where like you just like build up like a little gang of like underlings that follow you around and like fight monsters for you. But no, it's really fun so far, and I love the aesthetic. It's from the remake that they did of Link's Awakening a couple years back.
Yeah,
it's that same sort of like tilt shift, like you're almost like playing in a little model of Hyrule.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of as Mike was showing the pictures. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's super fun. It's super cute. I love the aesthetic. I love that. Man, I just love going to Hyrule. I love Hyrule. I wish I lived there.
It's such a familiar land at this point, I've been going to Hyrule on and off my whole life. It's wild.
Right? It's always different every time you go, but still familiar.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been still playing Star Wars Outlaws. Playing away with that. I decided not to like rush through that game. Like I like taking my time and just like taking in like the Star Wars aesthetic. I'm like I guess like 1/3 of the way through the story. I don't know where you are, Matt, but I basically did like everything there is to do in Kijimi, and then moved on from there. And so now I'm on Akiva, doing Akiva stuff. And then
I've beaten it, and I'm working on platinuming it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, get that plat, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So between that and Zelda, I'd like to take my time with Outlaws, just like, log on for like an hour, do a few missions, like try to like max my reputation with all the syndicates so I can get all the stuff. And then one last thing that I've been kind of playing on and off is on my phone, Elder Scrolls Castles, which is...
What?
It's a
What?
Elder Scrolls Castles. It's on your phone. It's sort of like a spiritual. Well, I mean, it's like if you ever played Fallout Shelter.
Yeah,
it's basically like that, but in the world of
Get
Elder
out
Scrolls.
of here.
And so
What?
you play.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you play as a monarch of like a small kingdom in Tamriel, and you just build up your castle. Get resources. It's like that 2D perspective, and like you're subjects will like come to you with problems, and like you can, piss them off or like make them happy.
That's great.
No, I'm downloading that right now. Like I'm gonna go to my app store and download it right now.
I hadn't even heard of this.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. I do need to pace myself with it because I know it can get pretty addicting because it's one of those games that is just like always going on in the background because like every day is like a year for your kingdom. So like, yeah, it's fun. And then like I will warn that it is also it's a free to play game. So there is like real world money that you can spend.
Yeah.
The money pit.
I just expect that from a phone game these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, just going into it, know that and avoid doing that. I so far I have, but the game's pretty fast paced. There isn't really a whole ton of need, at least where I'm at, to like feel like I have to spend money.
There's Khajiit.
Hey, I got an Elder Scrolls riddle for you. You ready?
Okay.
How did the Red Guard hurt his toe?
How?
His hammer fell. I stole that from this trailer. One of the slides in this trailer showed some characters telling that joke. I stole it. It's great. It's classic.
I think I actually heard that.
That looks like
in
fun.
The game.
That looks like fun. I might get that on my phone too. I really liked Fallout Shelter for a while there. I was playing that one for a hot minute a couple years back, and I really liked it. I love a good little fort builder. You know?
And that's something that we need to keep an eye out here soon is the rumors of a new Fallout and new Elder Scrolls. That would probably be a good jolt to talk about that if the rumors become true.
Maybe. I mean, it feels like Bethesda's really been on the Starfield train for a bit.
Yeah.
They're working on Elder Scrolls 6, right? I feel like that's been announced that it's in development. I think
they did. Yeah, they did for a second.
They're officially working on it, right?
Oh, yeah. So. Well, that was... I mean, I think they just announced that just to say, like, yes, we'll definitely make an Elder Scrolls 6. I have no idea if they've actually been doing anything about it.
Yeah.
But
it's like the Kingdom Hearts 4 thing that we heard about. Like, oh, yeah, there's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 4.
There was, there was. Oh God, this was 2018. The official announcement teaser. It's been since 2018. Never mind.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it had been that long. God damn.
I think there was like some depressing Bethesda news that they were saying like more people are still playing Skyrim than they are Starfield currently.
Yeah. One of the execs from Starfield was like, "Well, we learned that people really want Elder Scrolls 6. That's what we learned from making Starfield."
So give us Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, seriously.
Where would, as far as like what your knowledge of Tamriel, where would you want Elder Scrolls 6 to take place?
All of Tamriel.
I guess all of. Well, that's kind of like what Elder Scrolls Online is, right?
Yeah, I mean it really is.
Yeah, but I would like Elder Scrolls Online plays kind of like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. I would want Elder Scrolls 6 to be the same gameplay as Skyrim and the other Elder Scrolls that we got, but throughout the entire world.
I mean, I could see that happening. The thing is, though, like, it's like when you look at Tamriel, the whole map, like we've been everywhere. I think what they should do is just like make a new continent, make a new place.
That's like blasphemous almost, I feel like. Oh, we lost AC Gamer. He's on Starlink. Wait.
Oh, I'm back.
He's back.
We lost you.
Back. Oh, you guys lost me? Oh. Never mind, lost them both. Now they're back? That was weird.
I'm back.
Matt, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, you're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, just like make a new continent, new place to explore.
That'd be something.
That's very World of Warcraft, though. Like, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, so who cares?
Yeah.
You don't have to rely on like old nostalgia. Just
It's true.
Like they say in
Right.
The Last Jedi, forget the past, kill it if you have to.
Dang.
Or
that's
what if they did?
hardcore,
What if they did something like what they did in Cataclysm, where like some like supernatural disaster happened and it just like reshaped,
Oh,
everything, like the landmass.
yeah.
They could do that. I think that'd be interesting. They just got to do something new, I think.
It could be,
Yeah.
what's that god of mischief in this world in Tamriel that's
Oh,
always messing with stuff? He could do something that reshapes everything.
Bolog.
Sheogorath. Sheogorath.
Yeah,
However you
Sheogorath.
say it.
Man, it's been
Sheogorath.
so long since I played any Elder Scrolls.
He was like the insane god. I always liked him.
Yeah, he was
I do
fun.
remember. Yeah, I do remember his quest in Skyrim was being pretty silly.
Totally. Well, excellent. So that's what we've been playing. Matt, what have you been playing?
Well, other than trying to platinum
Star Wars Outlaws.
Star Wars, yeah. I recently got the newest version of NHL, NHL 25. I'm a huge hockey fan. Spoiler alert, I'm from Utah, and Utah just got a new NHL team. And Utah's team is in NHL 25. And I've just been playing the crap out of the career mode. Just, unfortunately, it hasn't. I lost a game that Utah didn't lose in real life, so I'm a little upset by that. But
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's a video game, so
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's hockey season. It's probably what I'm going to be playing for a long time, just because I love hockey so much. So that's what I'm playing.
Excellent.
Nothing super special.
All right, then.
Gameplay's pretty fun.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Oh, lost him again. 1 sec. Sorry, y'all. Oh, what's happening? Oh, that dropped him completely. I lost my co-host. There. They're back now. Hello, boys.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why that keeps
Hey.
happening.
I don't know either. Trying to.
Nope, I switched your windows, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Everybody knows who we are.
Yeah.
So, the gameplay is beautiful. It looks almost true to real life. Puck handling is easy. If you're into sports games and you love hockey, I would highly recommend it. They just keep making EA just keeps coming out with better and better NHL games every single season. And this one doesn't disappoint. Sometimes it feels like, I'm watching an NHL game for real. And I forget that, we're only 2 games into the season. Meanwhile, in my game, I'm 5 games into the season. So,
Yeah.
Dang, going after that Stanley Cup, eh?
I am going after that Stanley Cup, man. And the Calder, because I'm a rookie in the game. So, going after that Calder Cup, going after the Stanley Cup. Big hockey fan, and the game is beautiful. Love it.
Nice. Fun.
Thank you, buddy. I put it on rookie, so I know I'm gonna get it. The difficulty isn't too hard. Like, I know I'm gonna get the Stanley Cup. I know I'm gonna get the Calder Cup. Because as I've said before, I'm not good at video games. I'm not good at video games, but I love to play them for the story. And when it comes to sports games, I love to play them for the fantasy of having an undefeated season with my team, even though I did lose a game that in real life Utah didn't lose.
Oh,
So,
great. You should probably
yeah.
start the season over.
Yeah, just quit and start over
Make
again.
sure everything goes according to real life results.
Yeah.
Man, don't you wish real life had a rookie mode?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, crap, with the season that Utah's had, it does have a rookie mode.
Ew.
Utah's on rookie mode right now. They're just blasting over everybody.
Nice.
I'm going to post that clip directly to the team's Facebook page.
Thank you. I would love for them to see that and then maybe give me some free tickets to a game.
Yeah, this guy insulted us. Let's give him free tickets.
Oh no! No, that's not an insult. That's an insult to all the other teams.
Oh, I
Because of how-
misunderstood.
Yeah. It's
I
an
thought you were saying
insult to all
the
the other
Utah
teams.
team's on rookie mode.
No.
They're making the other teams look like rookies.
Gotcha. My
Yeah,
bad.
because of how well they're playing. They've only between the preseason and the actual season right now, they've only lost one game.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah, and it's their inaugural season. This isn't a sports podcast. This is, news and entertainment. So
There's a video game based on the sports, so it counts.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Also, sports is entertainment. We
Sports
just
is
talk general
entertainment.
entertainment.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
I can't tell you how much I love hockey, and the fact that Utah finally has a team, and the team is amazing, and they're doing so much better than they did when they were in Arizona. I could
You'll
talk
love
for
to
like
see
two.
it.
I do, and I could talk about it for another 2 hours, but I won't.
Yeah,
But we won't, because this is not
Yeah.
a sports podcast.
Yeah,
I do definitely want to make my way to a game. So,
all
once-
three of us should go. Yeah, that would be fun.
Game
Yeah,
with the
once,
boys.
tickets are a reasonable price. I'll definitely want to go.
Oh, that's never going to be a thing.
Alrighty. Well, should we wrap her up?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Cool. Just got a new trailer of that Elder Scrolls 6 in Unreal Engine 5 from Nimrod there in the Discord for anybody who wants to check it out. We're not
thank
playing
you.
trailers on the show just to avoid copyright issues, but you can see it in full screen glory of your own if you join us in the Discord. Link in the description for that. Feel free to join us. Post your articles, post your links to whatever gaming and movie and TV and entertainment news you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it next time on Jolt. We're doing it more often than every once a month now, theoretically, because it's happened twice in a period of just a week and a half, so that's pretty good for us. So join us for the next one, and
Once
we'll
or
be talking
twice a
about
week would
whatever
be
happens.
fun.
Yeah, we'll try to get it to once a week there. We'll see if we can lock in
Yeah,
once
once
a
a
week
week.
with this hobby of
Yeah, well-
ours.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, appreciate everybody joining us. Thanks for chatting along, and feel free to leave us comments if you're watching this in the future, of course. And we'll catch you on the next Jolt. Final thoughts, boys? Huh?
Be good to everyone.
Lovely. AC?
I love you.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Are we out?
Yeah. Lots everywhere. Yeah. I've been trying my best not to swat these away during the stream.